Hello, and how are you today? I believe that you are good. You are well kept of the Lord. I'm also well. I thank God. The Lord has given us another opportunity that we may continue encouraging one another. And I thank you so much for tuning in. I thank you for being here. And currently, if it is your first time to be in this, to watch this video, to be in this channel, kindly I request you in the name of the Lord, may you just subscribe to this channel, and God will bless you. So today, my viewer, my listener, I'm here to fulfill my promise. We are continuing with our I'm here to continue telling you what happened, to continue giving you my testimony of what God has done in my life and is continuing doing in my life. I have been telling you about it in my first episode, second episode, third, and today we are going to know what happened 2 weeks to my wedding, and this is episode 4. This is episode 4. So welcome so much, my viewer, that we may continue listening. You may continue listening to hear what God, our mighty God can do, what God can do, because what God can do, no man can do. So, in my third episode, nilikuwa nimekwambia in my next episode I'll tell you whether I'll tell you where the virus came from. I'll tell you where the virus came from. Nimekwambia kwamba imekuwa hivyo. If you have not been watching the 3 episodes, just go search Mary Kitonga, watch what happened 2 weeks to my wedding, episode 1, 2, and 3, because today I'm going to explain what happened. This is the 4th episode, as I've said. And as I told you earlier, when I used to visit that city where my fiancé was, nilikuwa naenda ku spend a night kwa msichana, one of the girls, marafiki zake when they used to worship together with. And so this girl was friendly. She was a good girl, and so akawa alikuwa request that I have a fiancé, we are planning to wed, and so please, when she comes over huku, make sure, and he requested her akuwe ni accommodate. So that is what used to happen. Nikitoka kwetu nikienda ku visit that city, the girl used to accommodate me. And then the girl was like, oh, the time nikivisit huko, before the moment she saw me the first time, alikuwa ananiambia Mary, so and so loves you so much. He keeps on praising you. Anasema my fiancé yako hivi, yako vile, nampenda. So ananiambia, I was just waiting to see the person who has been being praised all over time and again, and truly that man loves you. So that's how that girl used to tell me each and every moment when I visited. So during the days, kama nimesafiri huko like 3 days, we spent kwa hiyo msichana over the night. During the day naenda kushughulika kile kilikuwa kimenipeleka mahali pale with the guy. So it happened that kumbe sikujua kwamba huyu msichana alikuwa na wivu. Sikujua kwamba huyu msichana it's like in one or the other alikuwa anatamani this guy, alikuwa anataka tu akuwe na yeye. Mimi sikujua, na kijana pia to some extent hakujua, which I cannot give a clear testimony about that. So it happened when those things happened, na ikatani ya kwamba kijana amekuwa HIV positive. Tulikuwa tunaulizana, hata yeye mwenyewe ananiambia I really cannot know hiki kitu imenipata aje, and I cannot imagine, siwezi kumbuka. So I was like, haujawahi enda na mtu yeyote? Ako like hapana. Haujawahi, ama ni kinyozi place zenye unanyolewa? So we were trying to come out with the name them. Tujaribu tu tuone inaweza kuwa alipatikana aje ako hivi. So kumbe my viewer, my listeners, as we talk as we talked about that moment, wakati ambapo alipatikana ako hivyo, it was in its last stage, yani ile stage, almost the last stage, sijui inakuanga stage gani. So alikuwa karibu tu anaisha, na I cannot really explain mbona mimi sikuwa naelewa. In fact, because the man is lame and all that, and something I could not imagine that inaweza happen ama inaweza hata karibia kutajwa na yeye. So we were just relaxed and waited for the day. So wakati ambapo imekuwa hivyo, things were worse. So immediately after the doctors confirmed iko hivyo, akaanza after amepimwa ikajulikana ya kwamba iko hizo last stages. So daktari akaanza kumpea hizo madawa and all that, na akawa anazikunywa, lakini mimi sasa I have disconnected already, nimeanza tu shughuli zangu, nimetulia and niko tu, although niliumia sana moyoni. So tukaendelea like 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, ikafika mahali he was forced by God. Let me say it is God who forced him, because ilibidi atoke place yenye alikuwa akiwa tu hivyo na hizo madawa zake, anatumia madawa. He came from all the way from that city to where I was, and purposely alinipigia simu akaniambia anakuja na ujumbe. Sikujua ni ujumbe gani anakuja nao, but I just accepted, nikamwambia ni sawa. But about having relationship and continuing, that one had already stopped, as per me, although he was insisting, lakini kwangu ilikuwa ishanitoka. So the moment he came, akakuja akaniambia nakuja na nakuja nikirudi, because nakuja tu to deliver the message and then I'll go back. Nikamwambia ni sawa. So he came na nikamit kwa stage, na tukaingia kwa hoteli moja. Just order, tukakunywa chai pale. So the moment tulikuwa tu tumekaa, akaniambia as I've told you, nimekuja tu nikirudi, na kile kimenileta ni ya kwamba God has told me to come and tell you where this thing came from. My dear viewer, my dear listener, there is God in heaven. Ukiona nasimama na mtangaza huyu Yesu nikiwa na ujasiri, with all confidence and because I know who God is. I know how God loves me. I know what God can do and what God has been doing in my life. So akaambiwa amehamurishwa na Mungu akuje aniambie hizo virusi zilitoka wapi. So I was just there listening and meditating about this great God and how God loves me. So akaniambia, the moment you remember when you used to come your place, that place of mine, and then the place where I used to take you, unaenda kuspend the night, you remember that girl? Nikamwambia So akaniambia huyo msichana, there was that time she invited the guy kwa nyumba, na kijana akaenda kwa nyumba, na the moment akampikia chai, wakakunywa chai, ilikuwa masaa ya jioni kitu 7 hapo. So hapo hivyo akaona msichana alikuwa ina seductive manner, juu alikuwa amevaa nusu uchi, and then after wamekunywa chai akakuja kwake, akamkaribia akaanza kumpapasa, and alipokuwa anashtukia alipata ya kwamba they have already had sex. So akaniambia it happened hiyo siku, and ali guess from there is when ya kwamba yeye aliafektiwa. So because the girl imesemekana already she was affected, she was infected na ukimwi. So akaniambia that is how it happened, and then I'm like, nimekuwa nikikuja kwa hiyo place, na unajua unaniallow kwenda kwa huyo msichana, of which you knew that thing will happen, na haukuniambia and all that, na kama ulijua msichana ako hivyo mbona and all that. So he was like I'm just sorry, and it is because God ameniforce tu nikuje nikuambie. Na akaniambia akaniambia Mungu amemwambia huyo msichana si wa kuchezewa, huyo msichana alikuwa na stand and she had come in your life akaweze kukuelekeza in the ways, in my ways. So haufai kucheza na yeye, na kwa sababu ulijoke around na yeye, go and confess, go and confess. So that is why the man came, na akaniambia huo ndio ujumbe niko nao na huo ndio ujumbe nimeleta. Na kitu ya kwanza nimejua kwamba Mary, Mungu anakupenda. Na mimi that is how nimeambiwa nikuje nikuambie, and I'm not going to stay here for long. Let me just go nipambane na hali yangu, lakini najua kwamba Mungu atanisaidia. Najua kwamba Mungu ataniponya. He had a lot of confidence. So we prayed, and then bought the vehicle, akabought na akarudi where he had come from. And that is how it was. Mimi on my side sasa nikabaki, I'm just reflecting back and I'm like, oh God, so you love me this much. Imetendeka hivyo vile imetendeka, na bado Mungu unanijali, unaniwazia mema. On the other side, God akatumana ujumbe through my pastors, my home pastors, my home church, na nikapewa ujumbe, what is going to happen later. God akatumia 2 of his servants from very far. They came and told my pastor and the entire church where I was worshiping what was to happen in my life. So as I'm talking to you, my viewer, my listener, I just want to encourage you to trust in God, to walk in the ways of God. If you leave God to drive your life, if you leave God to take care of everything that pertains you, God will always stand with you. God will always fight your battles. God will never let anybody to interfere with your life. God will always protect you because our God is there for us. So if you have ever been to such kind of relationship and such kind of things, then continue putting your eyes and trust in God. God will always be on your side. You will give a testimony. So my viewer, my listener, in my next episode, episode 5, continue watching and following me as I give you continue sharing this testimony so that you may understand that there is God in heaven. I will tell you what those men of God prophesied over my life and what they said God will do, and that is what God has done as we talk. So continue following me and you will be blessed. Shalom, shalom.